Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 51 of Some Random. I am your host, Sriracha Flash, and with me today, the wonderful, the beautiful, the magnificent Geechib, which I just learned today is pronounced Geechib instead of Geechib, like I've been saying for 2 years. 2 years like an asshole. I've been saying Geechib with a hard G, but it's a soft G. It's Geechib. Anyways, hey, Geechib, how are you, buddy?
Hi, how's it going? I'm fine, thanks.
You know what? My day is much better now that I'm talking to you. Uh, so,
Sweet.
I'm very, very happy. Um, but yeah, man, it's a pleasure to have you on. For people that don't know, we will get this out of the way now. G-Chip is French Canadian. So if you hear me or him repeat a question to each other, it's mostly because we're trying to understand. But again, G-Chip speaks English about as well as I do. So if you can listen to me, you can listen to him. Uh, but G-Chip, my friend, let's get this thing started off and tell the people who the hell are you?
All right. Well, hi, I'm Geechib, also known as, well, my first name is Glenn, and I'm your average player, average SF5 player. Yeah, and I like fighting games, and I used to draw. Yeah, that's about it.
See, you say average, but I don't think you're average. You are very, very good.
No, I'm trash.
All right.
I'm so
Well,
bad.
I'm not going to say that you are. I'm not going to say that you're like Justin Wong level, but I think you're very solid. I think you're underselling how well that you do.
Well, thanks. I appreciate this.
For all your gimmicks and your shit that you like to hit me with, your footsies and fundamentals are very solid.
Thanks.
So I will at least give that to you. Oh, and also just going to get this out of the way really quick for anyone that's listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anything in the future. We are a Twitch show, so we are live on twitch.tv/SrirachAFlash if you would like to join us. We usually do these Tuesdays and Thursdays around 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. Today we're recording on a Friday because I was sick this week. But if you hear any Twitch notifications go off, or if you hear us talking to the chat, that is what is happening. So if you'd like to join us, again, it's twitch.tv/SrirachAFlash. But G-Chip, back to you, my friend. So I'm very curious. Like I said, I just found out today that it's G-Chip instead of Geechib.
Yes.
Because I think I heard Brett say Geechib one time, then I was just like, well, that's what it must be. Obviously, Brett knows Geechib better than I do. And then no, come to find out that I'm very, very wrong. But can you tell the people, where does Geechib originate from? Where did you come up with this name?
Well, it's quite simple. It's basically my first and last name abbreviation.
Oh, really? Is that
So
what that is?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You have Glenn. Yeah, if you pick the first letter
Uh
G,
huh.
Glenn. Uh, my last name is. I have two last names. I have Shora and Bagana. So you take G, CH, and B, and you put it together. And if you try to to say it, and try to make sense of it, it sounds like G chip. You see?
Okay. All right. You know what? I can appreciate that. I I always like, it's like NBA players. Like, I don't know. You have oh my god, now like I'm immediately blanking. Oh no. I was gonna say like Allen Iverson, but he went by AI, which is like pretty much the same thing. Just abbreviated his name, shortened it
Yeah,
down.
simple.
Yeah, you bring it down. Oh my god, now it's gonna make me so upset. Who is the point? Oh, Jason Kidd, the point guard for the Dallas Mavericks for the longest time. J Kidd, he did the same thing. So I
I
can
see.
I can appreciate it. It's close to G Chip. It's like the same thing. But no,
J
that's
Kid, G chip.
yeah, yeah. It's
We're
pretty
lost
close.
brothers.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be the best. I would love it if I find out that you were like a Canadian basketball star. That would be my favorite turn of the episode.
Well, I am merely a 5'4", so I'm like real small.
Well,
I can basketball player.
Well, look, Spud Webb was like 5'5". Oh, he was 5'7", and he played in the NBA for a long time. I think like 8 years, 9 years. So anything's possible. Muggsy Bogues was 5'3", and he played in the NBA. So anything's possible as long as
Yeah.
you, as long as you can knock that shot down. Then you'll
Cool.
be fine.
Cool.
Oh man. Well, look. While we're on the topic of me finding things out about you, what's something surprising about you that people wouldn't know, or something that I wouldn't know, even though I've known you for 2 years now?
Well, let's see. Something that no one's would know. Well, I have this story about how I nearly died when I was 3 years.
Whoa. Okay. Let me hear it.
Yeah, so uh, I used to have this blanket with me like all the time, and uh, one day I used to run down the hallway uh, at home, and uh, my mom used to have a lot of decoration around the house, and if I remember the stories, because I don't personally remember the moment it happened. There used to have a vase on a column or something, and I just tripped over it, and the vase completely shattered on my head.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it sliced open my what is it called? My forehead. Yeah,
Okay. Oh
yeah.
wow.
Apparently, there was a lot of blood.
Oh, at 4 years
Yeah,
old. Yeah,
at
that's.
4. Yeah,
Oh my Lanta. Oh wow. That yeah. No, that that's awful. I.
yeah.
Uh, yeah.
That damn
That
blanket, dude.
that damn blanket. Oh well. Look, if you unfortunately if you passed away that day and you just been reborn as a super solid Street Fighter player, I understand. Uh,
Sure, sure. Let's go with that.
yeah. Oh man, no, that's terrifying. When I was younger, I don't have well, at least not at that young age. I don't have an injury like that. A little bit later on in life, but my brothers, they're twins, and they would just do horrendous things to each other all the time. Like my youngest brother hit the other one in the head with a hammer when they were like 2 years old. Just like
Wow.
picked it up, like and like he didn't realize it was gonna do damage. Like he just started swinging because they were wrestling,
Yeah.
and then like that was bad.
Well,
But then
sorry about interrupt.
no problem. Go ahead.
I used to not SPD. I used to do like wrestling moves, like all if you have not neighbors, siblings.
Uh huh.
Yeah, if everyone who had siblings used to wrestle with each other. No, and I used to completely do let's say an SPD with my little brother, and at that time, of course, I didn't realize that this could have been, dangerous.
Oh yeah, none of us knew. We all did the same thing.
Yeah, of course not.
No, that's yeah. Me and my brothers used to wrestle and do that same thing like all the time. They were like we didn't know. We were just like, well, they do it on TV, so like of course I'm gonna try to suplex my brother, or I'm gonna like that's actually
Yeah, that's actually what I did. I did a German suplex. My little brother against the wall. Can you imagine it?
That's actually how my one of my well because I have 7 brothers and one
Yeah.
sister, and
That's
so
what I heard.
so we would just wrestle all the time, even with my sister. But my second youngest, maybe third youngest brother, I can't remember at this point. Anyway, that's how he lost his 2 front teeth because we were wrestling, and we very irresponsible. But this was like 20 years ago.
Jeez.
But we were wrestling inside a bed frame. We took the box spring and the mattress off, and then we were just using the frame of this bed to wrestle in. And I think the worst part about it is we were done wrestling, I think. But we were like stepping out from the middle of the frame, and he tripped and just fell and busted his 2 front teeth on the frame. Lost those 2 front teeth. That was awful.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. That's what I was going to say. But my one brother hit the other one in the head with a hammer. It wasn't serious, just like a little donk. And then like a year later, he got mad and then pushed the other brother out the window, and that like cut his arm all up. It was, man, growing up was fun times.
Tell me, tell me it wasn't from the second floor or something.
No. This was from the first floor. It was just this old like single pane, very thin like windows in this like drafty old house that we had.
Yeah.
And they were sitting on the back of the couch playing around or whatever. And then Derek just pushed him. And then,
Just pushed him
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
like it really was just out of nowhere. Just pushed him out the window. And Patrick to this day still has a scar on his arm that goes from his elbow up to his shoulder. Like almost up to his shoulder, but it was pretty gnarly. When you're a kid and you see your brother like bleeding like that, those are scary times.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're all fine now. They're both happy, healthy adults who don't beat up on each other that much anymore. So everything's all good. Oh man. Well, all right. So now that we got that out of the way, I have to know, after your serious head injury, what got you into fighting games?
Well, actually, I was always into fighting games. As far as I remember, I used to play Mortal Kombat, the first one, on Super NES, and I just I didn't realize back then that I was so drawn into fighting games. Like over the years, I just played like many fighting games like Mortal Kombat. What else? I used to play a game on Super NES called Yanma One Half. I think it's what it's called.
Yes.
It has a big panda.
Yeah. Hell, I can pull up. Damn it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about because it was like based on an anime, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Well,
this is a beautiful game. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I will just put that on the screen for people.
It's okay. Like I was saying, I didn't realize back then that I was always drawn to fighting games, unless my brothers, you know.
Right.
I was only the one who made combos, used special moves, and they were like throwing tantrums. Like they didn't know how to approach me. I was always, yeah, that's exactly the game. Genma.
Yeah. Genma
That's
the panda.
Cool. It's been a while. I used to love this panda.
Oh, man. I should probably play that sometime. I need to get my hands on it and play it.
Cool.
I know of the anime, but I've never played the game before. I think I've only ever seen the game, so I need to get my hands on it. But sorry, anyway, so you and your brothers, you keep them out with the special moves, and the bug just bit you. You kind of realize that you love fighting games, like you love that competition.
Exactly. Well, I especially love the one versus one chemistry you have against your opponent, unless not unless. Well, I prefer 1v1 games instead of just team-based games like Overwatch or League.
Right.
Like I don't feel in my place in these games. I just like this experience you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that the one-on-one competition is very. I don't know. It feels more personal. Um,
Exactly. It
what?
feels more. Well, I'm already a shy guy, pretty much in real life. Uh, yeah, I don't talk very much. I'm basically like always in my bubble, and just the fact to play someone else in 1v1, it gets me to express myself, kind of.
Yeah, it allows you to open up, um,
Yeah.
into that space.
Yeah.
No, that's actually a beautiful thing. That's something that doesn't really get talked about much within fighting games. Is people always say you can express yourself in this game this way or that way, but really boiling it down for someone like you who might be slightly introverted and doesn't want to go out and do much talking or speaking like that, to be able to express yourself in a fighting game is a really beautiful way of being like this is who I am, putting myself out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Basically.
and that means a lot because I know from playing you for, it's been 2 years, 3 years, that you're a cheeky asshole. So on the
I
inside.
I I appreciate the compliment.
um, but yeah, no, you're that's definitely true. You express yourself through games very well, and it's a beautiful thing that you can do.
Hmm.
Um, well, I guess let me. I kind of want to skip some of the other questions because I want to ask you about Street Fighter Five.
Sure.
Why were you drawn to Fong initially over everyone else? Because your Fong is a very dangerous character. Um,
Well,
so what brought you to him?
so initially I wasn't interested in Street Fighter. I was mainly a Mortal Kombat guy. I
Okay,
used, yeah, I used to play MK like every MK, I think, but MK2 and 3. I used to play MK1 for 6, 7, 8, no, 7, 9, and 10, basically.
okay,
And yeah, and I remember this time where I saw the reveal trailer for Fall. I was so drawn into him. I don't know why. Maybe it was his design, how goofy he was, how his move is so out of ordinary. Uh, yeah, and I just kept thinking about him, and I just on a whim bought the game and jumped online and played the guy.
okay.
And yeah, and over time I just developed this deep interest in the character, like all about his backstory, how he used to be this assassin who has no name, and all this idea about basically a clown on the eyes of everyone is so dismissive because he's an assassin firstly. So if his opponent lower their guard because they think he's so goofy, and it wouldn't like he is no threat basically, and he just strikes at that time. Basically, I like sneaky characters.
That might be actually the best explanation of Fong that I've ever heard. Uh,
He's a major goofball, and I love it. And I love that about it.
no, that's awesome. Did you play similar characters like that in Mortal Kombat? Were you drawn to characters like
I
Striker or Bull Raicho?
uh the barfing and the farting was too much for me.
That's fair.
Yeah, I used to play striker though.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. So
striker.
I went 1 for 2. Not bad. I got one out of the 2 guesses.
I used to play striker. What is his name? Cabal
Okay.
in MK9. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, and I used to play a little bit of Freddy at the end.
All right. That Quan Chi and Shang Tsung seem like Geechib characters, so that
They're
makes sense to
right.
me.
They're right up my alley, definitely.
Oh my God in heaven, that sounds about right. I could see you being an asshole with Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat 9.
Like overhead teleports.
Yeah.
Love them.
The meter burn teleport that Quan Chi has, where he keeps stomping on the person's head, in Mortal Kombat X. I love that so much. I thought that was so cool. I
Beating you with your own leg.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite fatality of all time.
Yeah, that
To
one.
be honest,
That one is so very good.
so good.
I remember the first time that I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, this is too much." I was a kid because he did it in Mortal Kombat 4, and I remember being like, "Oh, that's messed up." And then now as I got older, I was just like, "That might be one of the best ones." That one, the compactor from Sector in Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah.
A lot of those old ones were just like classics. I really enjoy those. The Noob Saibot one where he does the teleport and cuts the person in half. That one messed me up for a long time. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
I think that's just a fear that I have of being cut in half, and that they made it appear on screen so well that it bothered me. But I think it might be one of the best ones.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a lot of love for those Mortal Kombat games. I've talked about this before on the show, maybe not on the show, but on a previous stream. But the Mortal Kombat 9 and 10 have a big impact on my life, and Injustice 1 and 2, because my wife and I played those for years and years and years. And I think I have as much time in Mortal Kombat 9 with my wife as I do in Street Fighter 5, because we just played all the time. So I have a lot of fond memories for those games. But I also grew up playing Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 on the Sega Genesis. So those were some of my earliest fighting games with Street Fighter 2. So I know where you're coming from, at least.
Well, I think a lot of us started with either Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was on that part with the gore and all the stuff.
Yeah, those were it felt like I was getting away with something by playing those games. Like I was sneaking an R-rated movie into my room, like my parents didn't know about. Then they moved the system into the living room, and all of a sudden I couldn't play Mortal Kombat for a little bit, which was unfortunate. But what can you do? So on that, then, and you have a long history with fighting games, it sounds like. Who is your favorite fighting game character of all time, then?
Definitely Fawn.
Definitely Fong. Okay.
Yeah, because he's the only character where I just sat there and said, I want to get good. I want to get good with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense, actually, because he might be your best character, I think. Although I do appreciate you putting time into Abigail.
Abigail is a close second, I think. I really like this big goofball. He's so cool.
Yeah, you and me both, brother. I love Abigail. I think he's probably my favorite fighting game character of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I could see Fong for you. That makes a lot of sense. There was something else that I didn't put on the question sheet, so I hope it's okay if I ask.
Sure.
But how did you find Brett Bayonne in Super Couch Fighters? Because that's actually how we met.
Yeah, actually, I don't remember at all. A few times I tried to remember how I got to them, and I just can't help it. I don't remember.
I just know that I had seen you in his lobbies a couple times while he was streaming, and I had seen you in the Discord, and that's when we first started talking. And then the first time that we ever actually played each other, I think, was in the Saturday Night Slams tournament that he had run.
That was the
Um,
first time.
yeah, I think that was the very first time because you were using Falk after you had just won the first tournament with Fong.
Yeah.
And Falk had just come out, and that's when you and I played each other for the first time. Um, and then since then, yeah, me and you have, I think we've played once a week or at least twice a week every week for 2 years now. It's been a long time.
We've been playing a lot lately. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's been good to get those sets in, and I appreciate you learning Abigail, playing in the junkyard tournaments. That's also been a treat to watch because you play Abigail. You play Abigail like you play Fong, as like a setup pressure character in a way that I don't see people play Abigail, which is very
That's
very
interesting.
interesting to me for me to see.
Oh, that's cool to hear.
And I mean, I'm around a lot of Abigail players. You know, we have Monk Unit and a bunch of people in the Discord. So I've seen a lot of Abigail, but your approach is very different, and I appreciate it. And I think seeing you approach Abigail that way has helped my game in the way that I train and play. So thank you for that. It's made me head to evolve as a player, seeing you pick up Abigail and play him at a high
Well,
level.
well, thank you. I
um, yeah, no problem. But if d- swerving away from characters for a little bit, something you had mentioned at the beginning of the show was that you draw sometimes and you're an artist. Um,
yes.
I even if you won't call yourself an artist, I will call you an artist because the pieces that you do are very very good.
Well,
Um,
thank you.
so how long have you been drawing? Because the talent that you have is extraordinary. Uh, has this been your whole life, or is it something you picked up
Oh,
recently?
uh, I'm 26, and uh, I used to how can I say this? Yeah, that's the art.
Yeah.
Uh, it's around, I think, when I was 17, where I took drawing more seriously because of a friend in my class where he used to draw a lot too, and I was so drawn to it, and I wanted to do the same. So I just kept drawing.
Okay. So you've been doing this for about 9 years now. Then it sounds like. And this picture that we have on screen was from 2016. So that was about 5 years in, 4 years in, 5 years in to your drawing career, so or your artistry career. And I have to say, the leaps and bounds that you made from being 17 to doing this is incredible. Um,
Well,
when I saw this piece that you had shared, I was like, oh, that's a really cool piece. And then I was staring at it for a while, and I realized that you had signed it, and then I went, oh, this he drew this. Like this is his work. And I was blown away. It's an incredible piece. I love it. We will have to get more of your art to share a lot online because for the talent that you have, you deserve a lot more followers and people that
well,
know about your talent.
well. I keep saying this to myself that I need to come back to drawing because I stopped drawing like a year and a half ago because of health issues,
Hmm.
and I couldn't stand it, like having this pain and drawing at the same time. I just uh, put it on hold for the meantime. And, and I think I'm at a point where I'm comfortable enough with my health, and it would be a great opportunity to come back to it. And I just need this motivation that yeah, I just need to find it, basically.
Okay. Well, when you're feeling healthy enough, we'll just have people start commissioning you so you can make money and it'll put a fire under your ass to make you start drawing all the time.
Oh Jesus.
That's the real pressure, is when people are trying to offer you money. Um, but so, I guess the question that I have to ask then, because it seems like this level of art that you have and this level of detail takes a lot of focus and concentration. Do you find parallels between focusing on your art and focusing on fighting games? Do you bring that same level of focus to fighting games as you do with art?
Uh, in a way, I think, because when I work, I like to put my 100%.
Mm-hmm.
When I do something that I like, rather. And drawing is definitely something that I took is something that I hold close to my heart. It's something that I like really really much, and it's the same thing with fighting games. Uh, when I play, I, I want to be the best that I can, if it makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely it does.
yeah, it's basically it.
Oh, wait, whoops, sorry, my microphone had a little bit of a malfunction there. I just realized my
It's
connection
okay.
wasn't stable. But no, that's I mean that's pretty much right. And I mean, I can see that, and it definitely comes through in both your art and the way you play. And I like there are a lot of artists, or maybe not a lot, but there are some artists in the fighting game community that you see, and the really really talented ones, the ones that take it seriously and buckle down with their art, are also very serious and technical with the way that they play, which is the reason I ask, because I see it in the way that you play and the way that you draw. So I was just curious to see how that level of focus and determination helps you play fighting games, and it does come across very very well. Um, so I want to take it back then. So you've been playing fighting games for a long long time, back to
Yeah.
when you were a kid. But what was your first video game? What's got you sent down this path?
Well, my very first video game was a little game called Wolf Child on Sega Genesis. It's
Wolfchild.
well, at least it's the earliest memory I have of playing a video game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a side scroller platforming where you play as a dude who can transform into a werewolf and throw fireballs. Yeah.
This looks awesome. I have
The
never seen this before.
the box art is definitely something else. I really love it.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna put this on screen for anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about. This is incredible. Yeah, and I got to put up the box art too. I've never heard of this. I've never seen this. Now I'm very upset that I've never seen this. Uh, this looks awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Wolfchild.
it.
Wow.
I
This is a
I
first
u-
for me.
I used to play this game a lot. It's well, maybe it's nostalgia talking, but as I remember, this game was good. I don't think, as far as I know, I've seen the reviews, plenty of reviews who put this game at like a 5 out of 10, and I was like blown away how lowly scored it was. It's yeah.
Well, listen, don't listen to those people. They don't know what they're talking about.
No man.
They can't appreciate art like this. This is incredible. This box art is awesome.
Well, at least it looks good.
Yeah. I've never seen this. I've never heard of this. I'm very upset that I've never played this. I am going to play a legal copy this weekend.
Emulate it.
I would never emulate anything ever. No, not
No,
not me.
never. That's illegal. Don't do it, children.
Yeah, don't emulate video games that are hard to find and benefits no one buying or you buying it brand new anyways. Don't emulate old software, guys, that might be gone forever. That would be awful. Just kidding. I fucking play video games however you can get your hands on them. It's not like Sega's making a buck on Wolfchild in 2020. But no, that looks awesome. So Wolfchild, that is, like I said, it's the first time I've ever heard it. The first time I've heard that someone's first memory of a video game being Wolfchild. That's incredible.
Yeah, I wasn't that kid who played Super Mario on Super Nintendo. I was never that guy. Like, yes, I played the games, but I never owned them, and in that case, never finished them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I think a lot of us had games like that. You know, you'd play at a friend's house or something, or you would see at the store. You would play a little bit of it and go, I played that like as a kid, but I never got into it. That's how I was for the longest time with Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64. I didn't play it until I was a late teenager because it was just always out of my reach. Like, none of my friends had it. I had like played it in Walmart and like some toy stores on like a demo machine, but I had never really put time into it until I was a late teenager. And at that point, I had already been playing like Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong 64. So when I played Mario 64, I was like, well, this game sucks compared to like the other good platformers on the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh my goodness. Oh hey, before we get to these last questions, chat, if you would like to ask Geechib any question, Geechib, god damn it, Geechib.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
If you would like to ask Geechib any question, fuck, I did it again. If you want to ask me and Glenn any fucking questions, feel free to throw them at us right now while I throw these last couple of questions out there, and we will get to them as we go. But Geechib, do you have a favorite story from the FGC or from the fighting game community for as long as you've been in it and around it?
Well, let me be boring and say Evo Moment 37. It's pretty. I find it pretty amazing how Daigo pulled this out of sheer skill and talent. And under pressure, nonetheless.
Listen, you don't have to worry about saying that it's boring because it's not. It's an iconic moment. It's one of the greatest moments in fighting game history.
Yeah.
So for anyone to say like that's my favorite story, that's my favorite moment, that is 100% valid. To time those parries out the way that he did, and not only time the parries out and survive, to then punish with his own super, is incredible. It was a moment that even people who don't play fighting games, they know of Evo Moment 37 because it was that incredible.
It was pretty amazing. This moment and if I don't know if you remember the Nemo handshake. Handshake over against Itazan.
Yeah,
on Capcom Cup 2017.
That broke my heart.
I found that hilarious.
Because I love Itazan. He's a very special player for me, and I love grapplers, and I know how much Nemo hates grapplers. So when he had won and then like offered the handshake, I was salty about it, but it was a great moment. It's like another one of those iconic moments that just like people will talk about that in the fighting game scene forever. It
Yeah, it
was
was pretty great.
it's awesome, and that has like spurred a rivalry between them. Where every time they play, it feels like it's grand finals. Every time
Yeah.
that they run into each other, which is great. I love it. No, the handshake was very good. We actually, Psycho Sales, for those that don't know, he's a frequenter around these parts, a member of the Super Couch Fighters Discord, our resident asshole that comes around. But Sales actually sent Nemo a shirt that said, well, he couldn't wear the Fuck Geef shirt that they had made, the Bison Discord and Sales. So Nemo has a shirt from Sales and the Bison Discord that says Nerf Geef on it, and he was actually wearing it at Evo that year.
That's amazing.
Which is a great story in itself. But yeah, that was I love Nemo for his hatred of grappler characters. You know what? I'll pull this up really quick before we move on, so that way people can see it. But so they had sent him this shirt here, and then while I'm pulling this up, I'll actually ask you a question from the chat. The first one that I see is from Eli. What is your favorite Canadian band or musical artist?
It's a tough one because I don't listen very much of Canadian artists, but I think I would go with Cœur de Pirate, I guess. I don't know if you know about her.
I don't.
Maybe not. Yeah.
But I'm willing to learn about her. Can you? No, go ahead.
Do you know? I don't know if I remember. Do you know the game Child of Light from Ubisoft?
Yes, I love that game.
Well, she actually did the soundtrack for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing.
Gotcha. Oh, all right. So I'm going to copy this and then put it in the chat for people that don't know how to spell her name. And now that they can see, is Chowder? Oh, god damn it! All right.
You pronounce it Cœur.
Cœur de Pirate.
Use your throat. Cœur.
Cœur de Pirate. Ah, god damn it!
You can roll your R. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, it's. Yeah, well, like I can do it for Spanish because I speak Spanish and my family speaks Spanish. But when I see French words, I'm like, oh, I'm a dumb person. All right, hold on. Woo! All right, start this over. Jesus Christ, I can't. No one clip this. Cœur de Pirate. Is that how it is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, look at that. I'm a cultured man.
It's pretty much what Cœur de Pirate means. It means pirate's heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I make something to eat?
You have food on the table. Sorry, everyone. Opal wanted to come say
Opal.
hi. Oh, what a stinker. All right, so it means pirate's heart. I can get down with that because one of my favorite fighting game characters of all time is Ruby Heart. So now she will forever be one of my favorite Canadian singers. Oh, and I love the Child of Light soundtrack. So perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I love it. And the game too. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Child of Light is one of those games that I think is slept on. A lot of people don't appreciate.
There's very few games where I think about them as pieces of art, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah, that would be one of them. I remember when I first started playing that game, I was kind of not bored by it, but I wasn't sucked into it the way that I thought I would be. And then when I stepped away from it, and a couple days later, I just had this nagging feeling to go back and play it again. And then I just kept going back and going back and going back, and I didn't realize it at first, but it really sunk its claws into me, and I just kept going back and playing it, and I would go back once a weekend, and then it just turned into every day until I finished it. But Child of Light, for those that know, you can pick it up for I think $10, maybe even $5 on sale. But
It's not that expensive, yeah.
yeah, but it's a very good game for what it is.
And you can get it from like every platform, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it's on. I think it just got ported to Switch as well.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question we have from the chat from Lemmy Hawkins: what is your Mount Rushmore of fighting game characters? So your 4 favorite fighting game characters of all time.
My 4 favorite fighting game characters of all time.
Yep.
And the Mount Rushmore is the mount with the presidents.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you had to chisel in stone 4 fighting game characters, who would they be?
The 4 kings, I guess.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's
well. The 4 kings. I mean, of course, Fawn, not Sagat. Sagat can suck it. My boy Fawn is in that mount. I don't care.
Yeah, he's one of the 4 kings now. Sagat is gone. He's out here. He's out of it. Yes. Hey, I'm not gonna take it away. Calm down. Calm down. Hey, do you want to say hi to everyone?
Of course I can.
Of course you do.
Oh, hi guys.
Oh.
And today I have this big giant maker machine.
Do you have a bubble machine?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
And it comes with soap.
It comes with bubble juice.
It comes with bubble juice.
Perfect.
And
All right, now.
I know my favorite Pokemon is. Venonat.
Do you want to ask Geechib what his favorite Pokemon is?
Geechib, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Mine would be Dragonite.
Dragonite?
Yup.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love Dragonite too.
Yeah, Dragonite's pretty great, huh? All right, well, I'm going to finish this interview, okay? All right, I love you. Give me a high five. Okay. All right. Sorry, everyone. But no, I appreciate Sagat can suck it. That's I need to clip just that, and I'm gonna have that as a soundbite for the rest of my life. All right. So Dadman, for those that don't know, Dadman likes to create fictional fighting games. And when I ask these questions, so for Dadman's question to you, Geechib, in the fictional fighting game Drawn to Fighting, you have 30 seconds to draft your character. At times in what? All right, hold on. Now I gotta read this for myself first. At times in the game, Deadman, did you have a stroke when you were writing this? All right, so essentially, draw your own character to fight within a fighting game. There it is. What kind of character do you try to draw, and with what elements do you bring in from different characters?
I'll go with the meta and go with a gunslinger.
Oh, okay. I got you. So a gunslinger character. So I'm thinking like Cool Roy, from Rakuga Kids, or
What is that?
Oh my gosh. All right, hold on. I got to bring up Cool Roy, from Rakuga Kids. It's a N64 fighting game. And Cool Roy was like a cowboy character. And he was awesome. Let me see. There we go. I'll pull this up. For those that don't know, it's Roy and Cool's Roy. Which, yeah, I thank you, Eli. Thank you, for helping out. So I will put up Cool's Roy on the screen really quick. Hey, Opal, hey, chill.
But I'm just using my monkey magic.
I know you are. I appreciate you using your monkey magic. So this is Cool's Roy, in the green here. He is the best gunslinger of all time. And I love him now.
I like that color palette. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Rakuga Kids is a fantastic game that I need to get working um, within my my totally legal ways, and play it in Parsec so we can play online with people.
Oh,
But,
that's cool. That's cool. But
uh-oh.
what about that ghost dude? It looks cool.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So that's all right. So hold on. I'll bring him back up. He's awesome. He's like a shapeshifter, but also like a I don't know what he is. Yeah, this guy right here. Mudgas. Inuzo. Yeah. So the top name is the name of the kid that commands the character, and then the bottom name is the character's name. Yeah, so Inuzo is this ghost character, and he is wackadoo. He is a crazy, crazy character. The cape like comes to life and picks him up and moves him around. He's a weird character. But Super Couch Fighters has done a video on this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and if you have 30 minutes to watch it, I highly recommend it.
Sure.
Uh, yeah, it's very, very good. So sorry. So if you're gonna draw a character, you're gonna draw a gunslinger, someone like Aaron Black. From Mortal Kombat X.
Like, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like, yeah, like a gunslinger slash cowboy type of dude.
Oh,
He needs to have the hat though.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the hat. I wish that there was a character like that in Street Fighter that was like a cowboy-ish.
There were one, I think, in Street Fighter EX, right?
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, I was gonna say dark, but that's not dark. Street Fighter EX characters. They had a bunch of weird characters in that game.
They were cool though.
Yeah, they were super cool. The Street Fighter
Dr.
EX,
Dark, definitely.
yeah, Dr. Dark was a great one. Cracker Jack was another. Oh, maybe it was Cracker Jack that I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was him. He was like a mix of Balrog, right?
Yes.
He had dash punches.
Yes, Cracker Jack was a fantastic character that I kind of wish they would bring back now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, the EX series, for people that like want to see and play those characters now in a modern game, play Fighting EX later, because most of those characters from Street Fighter EX are in that game, by Arika. Well, the Street Fighter EX was a 3D fighting series, honey. Alright, so you just stopped paying attention. That's asked me a question, then turn around. These kids, I tell you what. Yeah, no, Cracker Jack and Dr. Dark, and there's a bunch of characters in that game that were super, super cool.
Skullomania.
Yeah, Skullomania was another one. Ace was another one.
What was that big Indian guy who was like a Zangief clone?
Darun Mister.
Darun.
Yeah. Darun was another incredible character. That whole series, I wish Fighting EX later would have been a little bit more popular with a little bit more.
I wish it had rolled back though.
Yeah, the delay-based
the
netcode
online is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not the best, is what I'll say. Not the best.
Yeah.
In my best possible way of being nice about it. But yeah, that Street Fighter EX, man, had some characters, and I appreciate that they like went out on a weird limb and tried to have so many like weird 3D characters, because we really don't get that kind of stuff anymore. It makes me like we don't get weird characters like Hakan anymore, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, we're in a time where companies, developers keep it safe. Like, yeah, I think at the Street Fighter 5 level, I think I personally find Season 2 of Street Fighter 5 one of the best, because they completely introduced like a full season of newcomers. They had to take that risk, and I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, I loved that. I loved when they were like, we're bringing back Akuma, but then every other character will be new. And I if we do get a season 5 of DLC characters, I hope it's all brand new characters.
I'm sure they won't.
Yeah.
I'm sure they won't.
Unfortunately, it looks like they're not going to. But if we, I honestly, I just want that Neo Shadowloo gorilla. I just want that gorilla.
Right? That 2-button command grab. I know you want it.
Yeah, I've been dreaming about this moment since I saw the ending for Falk and Ed.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
I want to know about that big lanky dude. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many questions that we don't have answers to. In Street Fighter V with characters. It makes me upset. Well, with that all being said, Geechib, the last thing that we have is kind of a what's on your mind. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to get off your chest? Anything that you would like to express for yourself, this is your space to do so. So if you have anything that you would like to communicate to the people out there, please feel free to go ahead and do that.
I'll try to keep it short and say, take care of yourself. Like, health is definitely one of the things where money can't buy, rather, and when you're sick, it's there that you realize how you wish. Pretty much that. Like, take care of yourself.
Okay, no, that's it's true.
Because for the past 2 years, I think I've dealt with health issues like bad migraines, and more recently, I'm dealing with a bacteria in my stomach, and it's not fun.
It's one of those things where you don't realize how much you have to take care of yourself until the moment hits.
Exactly.
And you are sick, and you have to, and then you do have to face with those consequences. But you're right. As fun as it is to go out and party and do all the things that you want to and eat junk food, it's important to look after yourself. Because when the chips are down and your health is on the line, those bad choices where you lived in excess will come back to bite you in the ass.
Pretty much.
And I've been there. I've been there a multitude of times. But I wish the best for your health, my friend.
Thanks.
I would be very upset if anything happened to you. Yeah, Opal would be very upset too. She just said so. I could hear it.
Well, thank you, Opal.
Well, tell Geechib to feel better. Well, I know you're feeling better. Oh, you're so selfish. Oh, these kids these days. Oh, goodness. Well, with that, I think we will get out of here.
Also, minor tangent. Also, Yakuza. Pretty much, go play Yakuza. It's a pretty good.
Oh, thank you for the subscription, Body Novel. I agree. Go play Yakuza.
Yakuza has been in my mind like for the past, I think, month. Like I've been binge playing. I guess I've binge playing through all the Yakuzas. I am currently on the 5th one, and I'm having a blast. The story is so good. Characters are so good. The combat is pretty cool. You can engage with it like a fighting game, pretty much like a 3D fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go play Yakuza.
I've just finished Yakuza Kiwami, which is the remake of the PS2 game that's on PS4.
Yeah.
So I can highly recommend it. Go play Yakuza. It's a fantastic series.
Have you played Zero? Yakuza 0?
Yes. I haven't finished it yet, but I've been playing it.
Cool.
Yeah, if you don't believe me, go find Lightbright JPG on Twitter. Ask her about Yakuza, and she will give you a full rundown on 30 reasons why you need to play the games. I guarantee you. But no, they're very, very good. Yeah, go listen to me, listen to Glenn. Go play Yakuza. They're very good. If you
Do it.
If you need do it. If you need an adventure game, if you need an action game, go play them. My friend.
What was his name? Palpatine?
Yeah.
Who says do it?
Yeah, do it. Geechib the Emperor. I love it. Geechib, if people want to find you on the internet, where can they find you at, sir?
Well, you can pretty much find me on Twitter. I don't interact very much unless there's the FGC having a tantrum over the netcode, SF5 netcode. I just throw a little comment saying they're fucking babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter.
If you want to find Geechib on Twitter, it's at Geechib _, GEECHIB _. If you want to find him on Twitch, at GEECHIB. If you want to find me on the internet, at Sriracha Flash on everything, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that fun stuff. Thank you. Yeah, Geechib. I'm sorry, Deadman. Shut up. That'll be the 30th time I mispronounce Glenn's name. But thank you all for listening. This has been wonderful. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful night.
All right.